Imagine this. It's early morning. You step outside, still in your pajamas, coffee in hand, and you're met with a garden that looks like it belongs in a magazine. Big, bold flowers in full bloom, deep purples, bright yellows, soft pinks, and creamy whites. The petals are heavy with morning dew, each drop catching the sunlight like tiny crystals. Butterflies are already fluttering from one bloom to another, and bees are gently landing, moving slowly as if they're in no rush to leave. The whole scene feels alive, abundant, and peaceful. That's the kind of garden most of us dream about. But for a long time, that wasn't my reality. You know that feeling when you're busting your butt every single day trying to keep your flowers alive? Watering them, fertilizing them, pruning them, checking on them constantly, and they still look kinda sad. Weak stems, small blooms, leaves turning yellow. Yeah, I was there too. I thought I was being a good gardener. I thought more care meant better results. Turns out, I was wrong. And the moment I stopped trying so hard, everything changed. My flowers didn't just survive, they exploded. If you're a busy person who wants a beautiful flower garden, but doesn't have hours every week to spend on it, this might be the most important thing you hear today. Because what I discovered completely flipped how I think about gardening, and it can do the same for you. Let me take you back to where it all started. A couple of years ago, I decided I wanted some color around my place. Nothing fancy, just a few flowers on the patio and some containers by the front door. So I went out and bought a bunch of plants. And, like most people, I did what I thought you were supposed to do. I watered them every single day. I fed them every couple of weeks. I deadheaded, I pruned, I moved them around trying to find the perfect spot. I fussed over them like they were my kids. And for a little while, they looked okay. But they never looked great. The blooms were small and didn't last long. Some plants just slowly gave up no matter how much attention I gave them. I kept asking myself, what am I doing wrong? I was putting in the work. I was consistent. I was trying my best. So, why weren't my flowers responding? That's when something strange caught my attention. There was one container sitting in the back that I had kind of forgotten about. I wasn't watering it every day. I wasn't feeding it on a strict schedule. I barely touched it compared to the others. And somehow, that one container was doing better than all the rest. Bigger leaves, stronger stems, and way more flowers. At first, I thought it was just luck. Maybe that plant was naturally tougher than the others. But the more I thought about it, the more I started wondering if I had been doing too much instead of too little. So I decided to run a real experiment. I bought 2 identical containers and planted the exact same type of perennial in both. For one container, I gave it the full, responsible gardener treatment, checking the soil every day, watering whenever it felt even slightly dry, feeding it regularly, and making sure it had perfect conditions. For the second container, I took a completely different approach. I set up a simple self-watering system, mixed in some slow-release fertilizer at planting time, and then I mostly left it alone. I didn't check it every day. I didn't water on a schedule. I just let the system do its job. What happened over the next few months completely changed how I garden. The plant I babied and checked on constantly, it grew, but it never really thrived. The blooms were average. It needed constant attention and still looked a little stressed. The plant I mostly ignored after the initial setup, it took off. It grew fuller and healthier. The leaves stayed deep green, and when it finally bloomed, the flowers were noticeably bigger, more vibrant, and there were way more of them. It looked like a completely different plant. That's when it finally clicked for me. I wasn't helping my flowers by giving them more attention. I was actually stressing them out. I was overwatering. I was overfeeding. I was doing too much, and the plants were paying the price for it. The ones that got a little breathing room and consistent but minimal care, they did so much better. Now, I'm not saying you should completely neglect your garden and hope for the best. That's not the point here. What I'm saying is that there's a much smarter and lazier way to get beautiful results, especially when you're already busy with work, family, and everything else life throws at you. And it all starts with three simple things: choosing the right plants, setting up a system that works even when you're not around, and then learning to step back. Let me walk you through exactly how I do it now. The first thing I changed was the plants themselves. I stopped buying whatever looked pretty at the garden center and started choosing true, low-maintenance perennials that are known for doing well with less attention. Plants like coneflowers, black-eyed Susans, daylilies, and a few other tough varieties that are drought-tolerant once they're established and come back stronger every year. These aren't delicate flowers that need constant saving. They're the kind of plants that were basically made for people who have full lives and can't spend every weekend in the garden. The second change was the container system. This was probably the biggest game changer for me. Instead of using regular pots that dry out quickly and need daily watering, I switched to self-watering containers. You can buy them ready-made or build a simple version yourself. The idea is that there's a water reservoir at the bottom, and the plant draws up exactly the amount of water it needs through the soil. So even if I get busy and forget to check for several days, or even a full week, the plants are still getting consistent moisture without me having to do anything. No more guessing. No more stressed plants from underwatering or root rot from overwatering. The third thing I changed was how I feed my plants. I completely stopped the habit of constantly adding liquid fertilizer every couple of weeks. Instead, when I plant, I mix in a good quality, slow-release organic fertilizer that feeds the plants gradually over several months. After that, I mostly leave it alone. The plants get a steady, balanced supply of nutrients without me having to remember another task on my already long to-do list. Once these three things are in place, the most important part is learning to step back and trust the process. I know this can feel uncomfortable at first. Most of us have been taught that good gardeners are the ones who are always out there checking, adjusting, and doing more. But what I've learned is that many plants, especially these hardy perennials, actually develop stronger roots and grow better when they're not constantly interfered with. They're not dealing with constantly wet soil or too many nutrients. And when they bloom, they put all their energy into producing bigger, longer-lasting flowers. The visual difference is hard to ignore. I started taking time lapses of both approaches side by side. The plants I fussed over grew cautiously and needed constant fixing. The plants I set up and then mostly left alone grew with more confidence. By the time blooming season arrived, there was no comparison. The flowers were bigger, there were more of them, and the entire plant looked healthier and more vibrant. Of course, I'm not going to tell you this works perfectly every single time. Weather plays a role. Sometimes a plant doesn't establish well. Some seasons are just tougher than others. But overall, this approach has given me significantly more flowers, with far less work and far less stress than anything I tried before. And honestly, the best part is that I now actually enjoy looking at my garden instead of feeling guilty every time I walk past it, because I haven't had time to take care of it properly. So what does this actually look like in everyday life? Here's what my weekly routine looks like now during the growing season. And I want you to really pay attention to how little time it actually takes. On the day I plant new containers, which only happens once or twice a year, I might spend about an hour getting everything set up. After that, it's mostly hands-off. During the season, I spend maybe 5 minutes once a week doing a quick walk around. I look to see if anything obvious needs attention, maybe pull a weed or two if I notice them, and that's about it. I don't water on any kind of schedule because the self-watering containers handle that. I don't fertilize every few weeks because the slow-release fertilizer is still working. And if life gets busy and I miss a week or even 2, I don't stress about it. The plants are fine. Last season, I had multiple containers that were absolutely loaded with blooms from early summer all the way into late fall. And I probably spent less total time on them across the entire season than I used to spend on just 1 or 2 plants that I was constantly trying to save. If you've ever tried gardening and felt like it was more work than it was worth, I completely understand. I've been there. But what if the real problem wasn't you? What if it was the way you were taught to garden? What if you could have a garden that looks like you put a lot more effort into it than you actually did? That's exactly what this approach has given me. And it can do the same for you. You don't need to become a serious gardener who spends hours every week outside. You just need to set things up properly once. Choose plants that don't require constant rescuing, and then give them the space to do what they naturally do best. Less work, more flowers, less guilt. More enjoyment? That's the secret I really wish I'd figured out much earlier. If this sounds like something you want to try, I recommend starting small. Pick just 1 or 2 containers. Get a basic self-watering setup. Choose 1 or 2 tough perennials that work well in your area. Set everything up, step back, and see what happens over the next few months. You might be genuinely surprised at how good it feels to do less, and how good your flowers can look when you finally stop getting in their way. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. If you've ever felt like having a nice garden was just another thing on your already too long list of responsibilities, I hope this gave you a different perspective. One that actually fits into your real life instead of fighting against it. Now go enjoy your weekend. Your garden will be just fine without you hovering over it.